Welcome to Seaquest State Park. Old growth tree here that fell. They said it was logged 50 years ago. 2024 minus 50, that's when they did it. It's a nice park. It's been raining here today. They've got a nice section of little mini trails, and the staff seems very kind and like leave you alone type. I love Washington state parks for that way. Some states I've been in, it's like you're in mommy's little managed playground, and it's really annoying. And I really appreciate, one of the many things I appreciate about Washington as well is just the nature of people out here in the state park system. They get it, and you never have a problem. Whereas places like Wisconsin and other places in Illinois, I've been micromanaged by these rangers, and it's like, dude, this is why no one wants to stay in these state parks. Like, no one wants to go and feel like you're in second grade being monitored by an angry superintendent or something, anyways. It's my rant. I could keep going. Some of these guys, dude, take yourself less seriously, please. This is the public lands. Public are here to be here. Public are always going to be a pain in the ass. So just the way it goes. Because there's always them, you have 10 people, but there's always that one. Trail system here. There's always that one dude who's causing trouble, pulling tree limbs down. Focus on that guy, not the rest of us, right? It's literally why some people don't want to stay in state parks. They feel that they're crammed in, micromanaged, and it doesn't feel much like a nature connection. It feels like managing the crowds at a theme park. And certainly peak season, many of these parks can feel that way. So one reason I like going on the off seasons and shoulder seasons is you get empty campgrounds and empty bathrooms. But yeah, it was a little depressing. I'm not gonna lie, it's been very rainy, and it's the shortest day of the year, Solstice today. So trying to cast some positive thoughts towards the future. Perhaps we can do that again together right now. So take a few moments to think about what you hope for yourself and those you care about, or the relationships you want to keep on feeding. Go towards the sunshine. Do a few more minutes here, I don't know. I'm just freestyling stuff anymore. Really nice sound of the winds. So we're quite close to Mt St Helens right now. I've been up to the top 3 times. It's not easy. It's technically considered mountaineering, but it's not that technical. In the wintertime it can be, though, because you still need crampons and ice axe. And I went in the late spring or early spring where it was snowy. But you can glissade down, which is cool. And like a silly guy, I wore rain pants rather than proper field snow pants. And I glissaded down and destroyed the butt. They were fine for hiking because they vent and stuff, but it was not the right piece of equipment, and I ruined my rain pants because apparently sliding down on your butt Just a bunch of microcrystals of ice shred the hell out of your fabric. Who would have thought? So, but there's literally like it's like going down a giant slide. It's like this, you know, everyone's butt has put in this like chute, and you just sit in the chute, and then you use your ice axe as a handbrake, and you have to hold it the right way. Of course, you can hurt yourself too with these things and the crampons. So it's really fun though, I'm not gonna lie to you. I have a state parks, Washington State Parks, like check-off box thingy where you check off each park you've visited. And it tries to encourage me to check out some new parks. So I haven't been to Seaquest, and you know, I hate to be so petty, but I'm very much looking forward to checking that one off. And I feel like if I can see all the state parks, that'd be pretty cool. And a few of them I've checked off that I've just poked my head into. Some state parks have camping, some don't. Some are just kind of like day use focus. And, you know, is this being out in the deep wilderness? No, but it's cool. It's beautiful. It's a forest bath. It's a walk. It's nature. And these state parks, they are managing them ecologically as best they can. So I think they're doing a really good thing, repairing the landscape, protecting it. You know, obviously this area is never going to be logged again. And now it's got, you know, botany and forestry-minded folks caring for it. And that's pretty cool. And I think there's something to be said about the aesthetic of a state park with all the cool structural components, you know, the overhead shelters, the fire pits, the signage. It's a slice of Americana, I think, in the cultural implementation of the state park. I think is cool. And of course the federal parks have their own kind of unique branding as well, with the kind of brown sign, even darker brown signage, and, you know, yellow lettering, and the national forest font that you see when you see the now entering and exiting national forest signs. So I like thinking about the land management and the larger public messaging, and I think they do a real good job with the federal and state parks in Washington State. And as much as I do like to get off the grid myself, out to forest roads or trails, these are really cool to have. And for me, they were super formational as a kid, because that's what planted my love. You know, my family would go to state parks and stuff, and, you know, it'd be cool if I had been a kid with backpacker parents, but that wasn't my set of cards. But we did a lot of state parks, and we had a lot of fun. See, a tree has fallen. This is fresh. There's Silver Lake here as well. I should have mentioned that. I got in the dark and set up at like 11. When I was, there's a lot of times I get, oh, here's an old growth. Wow. And to give you a sense of scale, like, that's my hand. Sweet, dude. So it's tough because I still try to get out on the weekends, and it's never easy. It's like, there's always a part of me that's like, fuck it. But I know I'll just be extra depressed by Monday morning if I just sloth around or citify all weekend. So, and that's right, citify, sit around in the city. Even just the stagnation of being in the same spot. Left. Well, left is over here. Right. I'm feeling left. It's inviting me and calling me. we'll go a little bit longer on this video and then we're going to end it. But like, you know, I don't know, I'm trying to communicate, like there's this worker person's plight, right? Where like you want to go do fun things. Friday hits, you're exhausted from a depleting work week, and you know, it's just, God, it's hard to get out. And sometimes it's like you didn't get to prep during the week, and I just go for it anyways sometimes because I know I will suffer more. So I force myself to pack, even though I kind of don't want to, you know, just real talk. It's like, just kind of like working out. It's like there's a party that's like, I'd rather go eat a double burger and not do this right now. But you know in your heart that like you're going to get your goals, or you're going to feel better, or you're going to get the end result that you're hoping for. So yeah, when I just get all the gear in the car, even if it's not perfect, even if it's a little obtuse and excessive, just get it in there and get on the road. And usually once I'm set up, kind of think of it like a roller coaster. It's like that's the up click, it's the hard part, and then once you're there and set up, it's like now we're on the loop-de-loops and cruising now, and we're having a good time. So it's always hard to get out, I think, and crowds and travel and people, and you know, by getting a state park trip in or getting out on the weekend can really refresh the mind. Since you're really close to the road, getting close to some structures over here, maybe private, I don't know. Kind of looks like private properties. There's the lake out that way. You can't really see through the trees, but that's where it is. Life's crazy, you know. I don't know if you listening are going through hardship like I am, but man, it's hard to, I don't know, the world is a complicated place these days, more than ever, it seems, and we have access to all the beauties of life more than ever, and technology, which who doesn't enjoy? I like technology. I also like nature, but at the end of the day, the human experience and the mind has so much additional overhead. It's just, and everything's abstracted. It's very difficult. And financial and pressure, and just feel it sucks that people have to feel so insecure and confused. And I feel like with all the excessiveness of our lives, why can't we focus on those things more than just building up fancy tooling around us? Great, we get it. You're tool makers, cool. You went from sticks to stone to iron, or, you know, bronze, copper, iron, steel, blah, blah, blah. Good for you. Spaceships, tool makers, great. What about the other shit, man? The mind, the spirit, the emotional body, the holistic experiences of life. Well, fuck those things. Have this thing, which you can't afford, which will make you happy for a little bit. And you're back in the same old situation. Cool, I'll take it. $2.99. $299, of course, in today's world. Definitely not $2.99. $2.99. $3.99. All right. Well, let's go up a little more and then come down. There's this too. I'm camping over here. I love these like little bridges. It's like going through a tunnel. There's some shit going on down up here too. Loving some sun though. Not much, but something. This is the hardest time in Washington when it's raining and darkest day of the year. And you're just like, why am I living here? You're just like, why are we sticking around? Oh yeah, and then the summer hits and then you just forget. You're just like, oh, this is the best place that's ever existed. Little do you remember that December. It's already forgotten. But if you get out and you keep moving and you keep getting that fresh air and that crisp, you know, helps. Even if it's raining in your tent, like, oh well, not in your tent, but on your tent, like, fuck it, I'm here. That's what I've been doing. I'm here. And to be honest, like, don't get me wrong, summer camping trips are the best, but it's not that bad. Like, you make a fire, you get your nice layers to stay warm. I, of course, put up an overhead shelter. I have a giant 4-person tent I can throw up if I really want to, like, have a little hut. So, some cool birds. We got some sword fern here. And just a little bit of lichen chunk. All these lichens that grow off the branches. Getting some incoming messages all of a sudden. I'm going to take a quick pause, break, bathroom, and just check in with some friends, a buddy who might come out, and then I will see you in just a moment.